Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Storm Collectibles Samurai Shodown 6. I didn't know there were 6. I don't know anything about Samurai Shodown. Earthquake. And the reason I'm reviewing this is it looked like a really fun design and a really fun action figure to add to the collection. Now, I don't have anything against Samurai Shodown, I just never played the games. I like the character designs a whole bunch though, and that's why I like reviewing them. And this guy looks like a lot of fun. It's a really fun character design. Apparently his whole backstory is just that he's an American ninja, and I can't even be mad because I don't know what those look like. This could be exactly what all American ninjas look like. You know, blue tattoos, pointy filed teeth, blue flame tattoos to be specific, arms and face. Like this could be it. I don't know. Japan might be onto something, but it is a really, really fun design, so I thought let's do it. So let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, now before I show you the figure, I do want to show you my package. It is a gigantic package. Think Shao Kahn, only without the throne. No, the throne one was bigger, but this is pretty damn big. This guy's humongous. Big front and center window, though. That's nice. You can see the figure plenty while he's in there. And then for the artwork, that's nice. I love that they didn't cut anything off. They let this come all the way up here. It's nice. It's a very nice looking package for you inbox collectors, though it is gigantic. Photo there. And then on the back, we have some more photos with the backdrop that's just not a real thing that you get, but it still looks cool. And he's not going to be the best poser, obviously, but we'll see if he's any good. But I think he'll probably be fun enough. So there's some artwork there. Okay, let's set this aside. If I can find some room for it quickly. I probably can't because I haven't cleaned my office in forever, and there's just action figure debris all over the place. Let's move this down because he's humongous. He really, really is a big one. So this guy is in stock at Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the description below if you want to get one. Will my ruler cut it? Oh, just barely. He's basically 12 inches. So he's like right there. I know it doesn't look like it on camera, but he's pretty close. And depending on how you adjust him, you could definitely hit that 12-inch mark. So there you go for that. And there you have like, what, 30 centimeters, 30.4, 30.5, I'm guessing, if you count the very edge. So there you go. All right, here he is up against the Marvel Legends Darwin. He is humongous. Darwin is about the size of his leg. And then here he is up against, it's not a Samurai Shodown guy, but I had him handy, a Storm Collectibles figure. He's still just gigantic, and that's about right. He's about double size in game. So that's pretty darn cool. All right, so question of the day. Do you guys buy random things that just look cool sometimes? If it's from a line you collect, oh, there's a black spot on him. I don't like that. Like this, for instance. Are you collecting any Storm stuff? And if so, will you just get this guy because he's a fun design? Or is it just like, no thanks. I have no connection to that character, so I don't want it. How do you guys collect? For me, typically, it's about, in terms of my actual collection, not reviews, because reviews are obviously a little more broad. For me, for my collection, I only get stuff I actually really am attached to, unless it's exceptionally cool. So for this guy, I'll probably end up keeping him just because he's going to stand out on the shelf a lot. I'll throw him in there with my other Storm stuff. I have some random fighters, so what the heck. Alright, let's go ahead and get into it. I love the paint job on this guy. He's got shading throughout the flesh tones, throughout the pink. Is there some on the blue? There may not be any on the blue. I don't know. Maybe there is. It doesn't look like it though. So basically just the pink and the flesh tones, but it's so subtle and nice. And it's all a nice matte or flat finish. It looks so good. I guess you could say like satin for the black parts, but it is really, really, really nice. I don't know how well it's showing up on camera, but if you look on the back here, maybe you can tell. They did airbrush some very subtle, nice shadings in that bubblegum pink outfit of his. And he has had this color outfit, by the way. Some people would probably prefer it to be slightly more orangey, like a coral color. Some people want it more vibrant pink. I looked it up, and this does seem to be at least one version of him that looks like this, so that's alright. But yeah, the paint job is pretty darn clean. The flame tattoos, they're sculpted in, which is strange. That might just be for production purposes to make it easier. But it's clean. It's nice. It's not absolutely perfect, but they did paint the tear marks in the pants, obviously, and in the gloves. Bandai's releasing a second version of their Ape Vegeta without painting the tear marks, so that's a thing. But yeah, his face looks really good too. The sculpt is wonderful, and then also the paint job. It's really, really, really good. Aesthetically, there's not really anything to do better on this guy. I mean, other than like technically everything could be done better, like, you know, perfect lines or something like that, but it has everything you want. If you want it, by the way, he does have the nipples, so there you go. It's a good looking figure, so I'll give him an aesthetic rating. He's not even that expensive, by the way. I'll put the price up top. It's like $160 or something like that, and he's humongous and comes with a ton of stuff, so I think for the money, this is a really good value so far, and I don't think the articulation is going to hold up, but we'll see. So aesthetically, I will give him a 9 out of 10. Really, really, really well done. Now, as far as accessories go, you get 4 different faces. They are all done really well. Very nicely. You get a whole bunch of different hands. Again, done really well. Nice sculpts. The paints are clean. Very happy about that. And then lastly, you get his, I guess it's a Kusarigama. I think that's what you would call this, because I don't know about the handle part specifically. But anyway, it's done really well. The chain is actual metal and the blade is plastic, but it looks really good, and they put some nice paintwork on the handle itself. So yeah, it's a really, really nice accessory. I think that's probably all you need for the big guy. So 9 out of 10, that's a good spread of stuff. But, now we have to do the articulation. And as I'm sure you're expecting, it's probably not going to be great. Just a hunch. But let's dive into it. I do think the shirt comes all the way off if you want it to. I don't, and I don't believe it ever actually is off of him in game. But I know the trend these days is like, oh, we need to take Ryu and Ken and make them shirtless for our sexy photo shoots for Instagram. I don't do that, so I'm gonna leave it on because I think you'll probably want to leave it on. But let's see, the head, it's standard Storm articulation for the most part. It does move around inside the neck, not as much as some other ones, but it does lean. So this part, the neck itself isn't as soft, but it does lean and move around pretty well. It goes down and up, leaning to the side. It takes a little bit of force, but you can do it. So I'll take it. That's pretty good. I think it'll be fine. Could it be a little bit better if this was softer? Yeah, it could, but it's not bad. For the shoulders, it's your standard Storm joint. You get that big ball peg that lets the whole thing move around in the shoulder. Then you get your ball hinge that lets it come up, so he can get his arms up to better than horizontal. Not by a ton, but enough, so that's alright. Little squeaky, but it doesn't feel like the bad kind. Hopefully it doesn't turn out to be that. Now, you do get to rotate the arms, but these will be in the way, so you want to be very careful for paint transfer. I'm going to just move them around like that. The arms have unlimited range. They're just on a ball peg, so they can rotate. Just be careful with yours. There's a lot of paint on this figure, and it could transfer, and you probably don't want to do that. But the range is technically there, and I'm not going to mess with it anymore because I don't want to get paint on my figure. But it's there, so just be careful and you'll be able to use it. Bicep swivel, no problem. Again, squeaky, but I don't think it's like not a bad squeak. It's just because there's plastic touching. Double jointed elbow. We're going to have some limitation here. These are soft pieces, technically separate pieces, so you can make sure they're wedged all the way down, and then you can bend the arm. But he gets about 90, which, yeah, you know, it's fine. He's a big chonker, so it makes enough sense. The paint job for the tattoo is continued, which is, I appreciate that. That makes it look a lot better. You don't even notice the elbow, really. It's not a bad elbow, considering how fat he is. You could get more range out of it if you tried real hard, I mean, in the design process, but it's certainly not bad. Then for the wrists, you get a big old ball hinge, so that's pretty good. No problems there. Now, for this joint here, I'm not 100% sure what's going on the inside. I can't say for sure. So what I'll do is I'll just show you how it works with all the joints put together. I think it's a ball peg down here and then a double ball in here. I can't see inside though. So I'll just show you. He leans that far forward, which is not very far, but you can lean him back also. Most of it's happening up here. Is this bottom one? Doesn't have that much range. It should have more range, I would think, because he's pretty much a sphere, so that should be pretty easy to articulate, and they didn't do it. So, but leaning back up here works pretty well, but it doesn't look the best. You know, when you're dealing with man boobs, you have some limitations, I guess, but let's see about to the side. Up here works so pretty well, down here not so much. It's not great in any spot. As far as rotation goes, it will rotate. It doesn't want to rotate for the top, though. I don't know why it's not rotating. Yeah, it can. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. It can rotate up here, but it's not great, so you probably want to do that at the waist anyway. But let's see. Yeah, it'll go, so that's fine. This is a soft piece too, so things are gonna push and squish. His belly is not as soft as it could be. It's soft, but it's still fairly rigid, so you're gonna have to fight with it a little bit, and there's definitely more limitation than there needs to be in there. I don't like that there's a scuff on there, but I can maybe just hide it with his titties. I mean tatties. I mean man boobs. Okay, so, it's not the best, but it's probably good enough for this sort of character. That's the way I'm gonna look at it. But yeah, it's not particularly good. Alright, for the hips. Oh! You can get him out there, and his underwear piece just kind of pinches in. That'll be okay, like, you can probably get a little bit more, too. So yeah, it's pretty close to splits on this guy. It's not bad. It's a little awkward to do. Doesn't feel like it's gonna actually get tighter. I don't know. I'm not sure. That's a weird squeak. That's a really weird squeak. It sounds like a ratchet almost. Got some more schmutz over here. I don't know if that just happened. It shouldn't have, because this is all pink. I'm not sure what's going on there. Going forward, definitely could be tighter. Storm has this problem regularly. In that spot, it's pretty darn loose. Going forward, you can get his feet up high enough to pose him, not to do anything super dynamic. Same thing going back. It's going to pinch his butt, or you could probably stretch it out. You know, you can figure out how to do it. But there's technically the range there. The soft pieces should move. Thigh swivel actually works pretty well. Oh my gosh. That doesn't sound like the scary kind of squeaking, but it doesn't sound good. Anyway, his knees. Now, his knees are an abomination. I'm mad at Storm for doing this. The bottom half seems pretty normal. Like, that's not bad, and you get almost 90 out of it. But then this top joint, why, Storm, did you put the pivot all the way back here? Watch how terrible this is, guys. So, like, technically you get some range, but what the heck is that? This joint, it's like all the way back here, should be all the way up here, so this is flush. This knee joint, this part in there, should be right here. There's no reason for that at all. That's terrible. You get decent range, but that is hideous. Not okay. Not okay at all. If you're going to do it like that, you have to do it right. Otherwise, just make it like a regular knee joint. And then lastly, we have the ankle, which is just essentially a straight-up ball hinge. They cut it right there. It's not the best-looking thing, because it is a sculpted joint. A sculpted piece out here with the joint on the inside. So the cut's pretty ugly, but you get decent range going back, a little bit of range going forward. Obviously, you get like a perfect ball hinge. That's nice. And then you get the toe hinge, which isn't the worst one they've ever done. It's actually pretty decent. So, it's okay. So, his articulation leaves a little bit to be desired in a lot of places. Is it going to make a big difference on your enjoyment for the figure? Probably not, because you're not probably buying this expecting it to be a Spider-Man type character. He's just not going to be that. But I'll give it a 6 out of 10 for articulation. There's some serious issues, regardless of expectations. So, time for the final verdict on this guy. Is he a super fun figure to have? Yes. Will he pose well enough to look cool on a shelf? Yes. Is he going to be a desk plaything? Not for any normal person, I don't think, unless your desk is huge and you like playthings that don't pose very well. But I think it does serve the purpose that you're expecting it to serve. It's going to look cool. It's a very accurate representation of the character. It'll pose well enough to have fun with it. And it has a cool spread of accessories. So I'm going to give it an overall rating of 8 out of 10. Unfortunately, those posing problems do hold it back. But everything else is, you know, you saw the ratings. It's a pretty darn good release. And it's not super expensive, comparatively speaking. So, yeah, I would say it's worth getting. Just don't expect to put him in any crazy poses. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I will be done. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.